YouTube Zodiacs, what's good? With it? Your boy Cash the Gemini back with another video. So in today's video, it is the movie review for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
I'm feeling lucky, you know, like Luciana. Money, power, and respect, I'm a down soprano. Lucky, I'm feeling lucky, nigga. Lucky, I'm feeling lucky, nigga.
Now, if you haven't seen this movie and this is a movie you're wanting to check out, I will give spoilers away. A few spoilers, not all the spoilers, but a few. So if it's something you'd rather not hear, I suggest you click off now and come back to the video after you've watched the movie. First off, I'm gonna go right ahead and just cut to the chase and get my my grade out the way. I'm willing to give the movie, let's just say out of 5 stars, I'm willing to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Do I regret paying for my ticket as well as Canella's ticket? I do not regret paying for the ticket. The movie was interesting. It kept me intrigued from start, middle, ending. It kept me wanting a little bit more. However, when I'm basing it off of the trailer to the actual movie, it's not as what I thought it was gonna be. Now, if you've seen the trailer, one of the characters was a jock named Tommy. Tommy lived on a farm. He was a football player. His scary story was the Scarecrow. I thought that was going to be more involved. Now, I knew from the movie, from watching the preview, and also from seeing a few of these scary story books as a kid growing up, I knew it was going to switch to different stories. I knew it wasn't going to all be faceted around one scary story. So that part I knew. I knew that part. But it was so quick. It was like Scarecrow, then it was like, what was the next one? The spider with the red hair growing inside of her cheek. And then it was the fat lady, and then it was the dead corpse with the missing toe. And then it was the actual villain, I guess you could say, the villain, Sarah Bellows. I mean, it was more middle school feel-y to it, you know what I'm saying? It was almost like a non-comical version of Goosebumps. That's exactly what the movie was. It was a non-comical version of Goosebumps. That is exactly what the movie is Goosebumps, take away Jack Black. That's basically what the movie is. So it's good, but there's no Jack Black for the satire part. So overall, the story takes place around the Vietnam War time. It's Halloween. They want to get back at Tommy, the Scarecrow, the jock who has a Scarecrow story. 3 main friends, and they get back at him. They go to the horror house, and the whole town knows this house is haunted because of some creepy stuff that did take place there like 100 years ago. They end up finding this dungeon that the villain was like kept in while she was alive. Tommy, the football jock, locks them down in there. So while they're being locked down in there, it's basically like that's when they're like researching and finding all this creepy stuff. And they found this book, and then one of the main characters, she keeps the book and she takes it back with her. Now, once they eventually get locked out from the dungeon, they notice that she's reading it. She's like, hold up, this story wasn't in here. It has Tommy in it with a Scarecrow. And then the next day, Tommy goes missing. So they're like, hold on, what happened? Now, we as the viewers, we actually get to see what happened. The Scarecrow came alive, killed Tommy. Well, I don't know if you actually consider it killing, because Tommy essentially became a Scarecrow. Like, it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of weird. Tommy became a Scarecrow. Then the next story goes, they're trying to tell one of their friends, like, hey, dude, your name is in this book next. They're coming for you next. And you're going to eat a toe. They're like, whatever you're doing at your house, do not eat. His parents are out of town. He's like, yo, mom, there's no food here. He's like, oh, wait, there's a stew here. So then just randomly randomly a stew in his house. He eats the stew, he's eating the meatballs, eating the potatoes, tasting the tomato sauce. And his friends and them call him on the walkie-talkie and also on the house phone. And then they're like, just don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. He's eating it anyway. And then this corpse comes in and it's like, where is my big toe? Where is my big toe? He hides underneath the bed. And next thing you know, this thing just gets him. And it's like creepy as heck, man. The creepiest, I won't go over all of them, but the creepiest one was Ramon. Ramon was a draft dodger because, you know, back in those days, you were forced, once a boy was 17, he was expecting to get draft papers basically saying once you turn 18, you're automatically enlisted in like the war, like World War I, the Vietnam War, etc., etc. So Ramon was a draft dodger, and the thing that got him was like this contortionist monster to where like its head, torso, arms, legs all like came apart, and like this thing was coming after him in the police station as they were locked away for questioning. Now the dog's name was Bullet or something like that. The dog's name was something like, it was like he had a funny name, the police dog's name. He sniffs this monster before the monster gets there, and he's like, hold on now, this is some weird stuff. So the dog takes off. The dog is gone at this point. Then the sheriff, who's the owner of the dog, is like, yo, what's going on? Oh, the dog's name was Trigger. Trigger was the dog's name. He's like, Trigger, what's going on? Trigger's gone. And then this head pops down the chimney. And the sheriff shoots at it, like empties his whole clip in the head because the head starts talking. Then all these body parts come down and they put themselves together. Now this whole time I'm like, why the heck is the sheriff just watching this happen? Why wouldn't you run or go get shotguns or whatever? And he's the only one in the office because he's gonna lock down the night. All his officers have actually left. So it's just like, man, what's going on, dude? This thing is trying to like finally pieces itself together, kills the sheriff by snapping his neck. Next thing you know, it's trying to go into the bars to get Ramon. So it's basically squeezing itself through the bars just to get Ramon. Like it was weird. They end up getting out of there somehow. They figure out we have to go back to the original house, the Sarah Bellows house where we got the book at. We have to find a way to stop her. It was crazy. But like I said, I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. Is it something I'd ever watch again? It's something I could watch again if it was on TV. You wouldn't have that suspense factor since you've already seen it, and it's not good enough for the replay value. But it's something I would watch again if it was on TV. Would I buy the movie myself? Would I recommend buying the Blu-ray? I'm personally not gonna buy it, but if I ever see it on demand or something like that, like a streaming service, I wouldn't mind putting it on just to have something to play on or whatever like that. So, you know, it is what it is. But I don't see them making a part 2 unless there's more scary stories or something. But, you know, like I said, I'm not going to go into full detail because I don't want to give away every single part. Well, I gave away enough. But overall, 3.5 out of 5. Hey, I want to say something real quick. I want you guys to remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as always. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be bringing y'all a bunch of videos. And remember, God bless, #Zodiac Gang. You dig?